Hello and welcome to Courts Today by Live Law. Let's get to today's top legal updates. CJI Gavai slams SCBA over no farewell for Justice Bela Trivedi. Supreme Court questions claim of Rohingyas thrown into sea. No stay on deportation. Man convicted of rape gets bail after Supreme Court told couple plans to marry. Supreme Court modifies Abbas Ansari's bail. Allows stay in Ghazipur during visit. Supreme Court declares Bengaluru ISKCON temple belongs to ISKCON Bangalore, not Mumbai. CLAT-UG 2025. Revised results to be released today. Consortium of NLU tells Supreme Court. I'm your host, Syed Amir Hussain, with your daily roundup of legal updates from across the country. For detailed reading, you can always visit www.livelaw.in. Please make sure to watch this video till the very end. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel because your support means the world to us. Chief Justice of India BR Gavai on May 16th openly criticized the Supreme Court Bar Association for not holding a farewell for Justice Bela M. Trivedi, who chose the day as her last working day before retirement. CJI Gavai praised SCBA President Kapil Sibal and Vice President Rachna Srivastava for attending despite the association's stance, calling it a loss for the institution. He lauded Justice Trivedi's integrity, fairness and hard work. Justice Masih also supported the CJI, stating that traditions like farewells must be maintained. Justice Trivedi, known for her strict and conservative approach, particularly in bail and ED matters, has had friction with the bar, especially in cases involving lawyer misconduct. Despite criticisms, many senior lawyers and law officers, including the Attorney General and Solicitor General, praised her for standing firm on her principles and upholding judicial discipline. Justice Trivedi expressed satisfaction in staying true to her conscience and highlighted the value of diverse judicial perspectives. She retires officially on June 9th, but the Supreme Court will go on summer break from May 23rd. She served in Gujarat's judiciary since 1995 and joined the Supreme Court in 2021. The Supreme Court on May 16th refused to stop the deportation of 43 Rohingyas, including women, children, and elderly, allegedly thrown into the sea by Indian authorities. The court found the petition's claims vague and unsupported by evidence, calling it a beautifully crafted story without any proof. A bench of Justices Suryakant and N. Koteswar Singh said it would not overrule a recent May 8th decision by a larger bench that had also refused similar relief. The petitioners, two Rohingya refugees in Delhi, claimed their group was detained under the pretext of biometric collection, then taken to Port Blair, tied up and abandoned in international waters near Myanmar, despite pleading to be sent to Indonesia. The petition cited phone calls and a UN report as sources, but the bench questioned their credibility and deferred the hearing to July 31st. The court also reminded petitioners that India is not bound by international refugee laws, though principles like non-refoulement have been accepted by Indian courts. The plea seeks to stop arrests of UNHCR cardholders and demands compensation and return of the deported persons. No interim relief was granted. In a rare and emotional turn of events, the Supreme Court has suspended the sentence of a man convicted of rape on the false promise of marriage, after both he and the woman agreed to marry each other. The man had been sentenced to 10 years by a Madhya Pradesh court, and the High Court had refused to suspend his sentence. But when the case reached the Supreme Court, Justices B.V. Nagaratna and S.C. Sharma held in-camera proceedings, privately speaking to the man, the woman, and their families. To everyone's surprise, the couple expressed their willingness to marry. Taking into account their mutual consent, the court granted interim bail and directed both families to arrange the marriage as soon as possible. The case has now been adjourned to July 25th and will stay under the court's watch. The FIR was originally filed in Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, where the woman alleged a long-term relationship under a false promise of marriage. The man argued it was consensual and that he now wishes to marry her. Supreme Court on May 17th modified the interim bail conditions of Uttar Pradesh MLA Abbas Ansari in a case under the UP Gangsters Act. Earlier, the court had granted him bail on March 7th with strict conditions, including staying only at his official residence in Lucknow and visiting his constituency Mau with prior intimation to the trial court and police. Today, the bench of Justices Suryakant and N. Koteswar Singh allowed Ansari to stay at his residence in Ghazipur for up to 3 nights while visiting Mau, which is around 40 kilometers away. The court said this was due to the difficulty of travelling over 300 kilometers between Lucknow and Mau in a single day. However, it clarified that no public meetings could be held at his Ghazipur home. The court also asked for a reply to a sealed status report which flagged Ansari's absence in some criminal proceedings. The case against Ansari was registered in August 2024 for alleged gang activity, threats, and extortion. The Allahabad High Court had earlier denied bail, noting several criminal cases against him. The Supreme Court continues to monitor the matter. In a major verdict on a long-standing property dispute, the Supreme Court on May 16th ruled that the ISKCON temple at the Hare Krishna Hills in Bengaluru belongs to ISKCON Bangalore, not ISKCON Mumbai. The decision ends a 24-year-old legal battle between the two groups. A bench of Justices Abhay S. Oak and Augustine George Massey set aside a 2011 Karnataka High Court ruling that had favored ISKCON Mumbai and restored the earlier 2009 trial court order in favor of ISKCON Bangalore. ISKCON Bangalore, registered under the Karnataka Societies Act of 1978, had filed a suit in 2001 claiming it was the rightful owner and administrator of the temple and related properties spreading across 6 acres. ISKCON Mumbai, founded by Srila Prabhupada in 1966 and registered under Maharashtra laws, claimed that ISKCON Bangalore was merely a branch under its control. While the trial court ruled in favor of Bangalore, the High Court later revised this decision. The Supreme Court has now upheld the Bangalore Society's ownership, confirming its right to manage the temple independently without interference from ISKCON Mumbai. On May 16th, the Consortium of National Law Universities told the Supreme Court that it is ready to publish the revised results of the CLAT-UG 2025 exam and will do so within 2 hours after the Supreme Court uploads its final order from May 7th. That order directed corrections to be made to the answer key after identifying mistakes in some questions. Chief Justice of India, BR Gavai, confirmed that the order would be uploaded the same day, clearing the way for the results to be released in the evening. The Supreme Court was hearing a petition filed by a candidate, Hardik Garg, challenging the CLAT 2025 exam. However, the bench declined to entertain the plea, saying the matter cannot continue indefinitely. The CLAT-UG exam was conducted on December 1st, 2024 and faced several controversies regarding question errors. A single judge of the Delhi High Court had earlier ordered revisions in the results, but that was challenged and modified by a division bench. Eventually, the Supreme Court on May 7th directed fresh corrections, setting aside the High Court's orders. The revised results are now expected to be published shortly.